joining me at this hour. Welcome to 387 edition of Investdata Trading Academy live with Ambrose. Yeah, I'll tell you that the global market as we speak now is mixed. See that Asia market is already in red, closing the month in what? In negative. But out of Asia market is in red already, as I said earlier, and that of Europe is mixed, and US also mixed as we speak now. But the good is that if you look at Africa market, Nigeria market is rightly in green right away, despite the negative market breadth we are seeing in Nigeria market. We are seeing that profit taking has hit the market since yesterday, and that trend has continued this morning. But the market on its own is in green because of the high cap stocks in Nigeria stock market gaining, especially Gregu and MTN, pushing the index in green as we speak right away. But that doesn't that the market is totally bad as we speak. But investor can take advantage of the pullback to buy into value because I tell you, we're already entering the peak of what any season in Nigeria, where we see corporate action coming with what with dividend income, and that started there yesterday with the Gregu declaring 8 naira for the shareholder for 2023 financial year ended 31st December 2023. That trend will continue between now and end of what 31st March 2024. But I believe that if you look back to what happened in Asia, yes, China, what we call purchasing manager index has come below expectation, and that's also a great signal that yes, China economy is still contrasting, and that have sent signal for what for the commodity market. The oil market is already also shaking because if the highest consumer of crude oil at the economy in the world is shaking, that means activities was going to affect the consumption of crude oil. That also affect the price of crude oil this morning. It put back from $83 to around $82.1 as we speak right away because of what that in the visit that came from China. But don't forget that the U.S. army was also attacked in the Middle East. Also, we're waiting to see a response for that. If that also trigger another Middle East problem to go deeper, that also affect oil price. And also, IMF came out yesterday to say that they are reviewing the global economic outlook for what for positive. Would that also affect crude oil? But I believe that all eyes are still on what on Fed meeting today, being Wednesday, the last day of the month of January. But Fed decision will affect the whole global economy. If Fed decide to hold rate, as we saw in ECB in Europe, that the whole rate for the first one in the first month of the year, if Fed follow that trend, that would be good for what for global economy. All eyes are on still on Fed chairman and his team to give us decision by end of tomorrow because the 2 days meeting was meant to see between today and tomorrow. These are the things that are shaping the market. But if you look at the number of inflows of earnings that came from in US, that came in Europe, and also out of Asia, investors in that environment are still kind of analyzing these numbers to know where to go. We saw the one that came from GSK. GSK is an international company, but in Europe there they posted a decline in earnings. That is that it's a sign that GSK is already really struggling. You know that they are exiting Nigeria already because they want to close some African countries that not contribute to their bottom line. But from the end we are seeing for 2023 financial ended, it's a sign that yes, the company is also struggling. But for those that in tech companies, I will tell you whether you like the billionaires in US, especially Elon Musk, can tell you that company has turned the fintech industry as a lot of what the intelligent artificial that just moving the market. Going in Asia, in Hong Kong area, we're seeing that people are going for tech stuff, but they are seeing some kind of opportunity ahead of technology. So for that, investors also know where to put their money as we speak, whether to go the way of tech stock or to go the way of financial stock. But I think I'll come back to matured market. But let's look back to our market in Africa. Africa is still mixed, but as I said earlier, Nigeria is still in green. But our market breadth right to speak now is still what negative. But we want to look at some numbers that came to Nigeria market yesterday. We saw numerous numbers hitting the market yesterday from different companies, ranging from service companies, manufacturing, insurance, or both the oil and gas. We saw from from the new tech companies, from stock like eTransact, Charms, all of them reached the result. But the good news is that it's a mixed number we have seen so far in Nigeria market. But I will tell you that out of that mixed number, like I said at the beginning of 2023, if you have followed me right from that, this is the time for investors to start keying their investment through service providers companies or service-related companies, if I put that way, so that you get what I mean. Not only just the banking sector or insurance that are service, there are other companies like a NACO, SACO that are into air service. These are companies because they don't spend money to import any raw material like we see those in the manufacturing sector that the FS are just eating into their profit. That means as an investor, you look at where can I make value for my money. That means you must queue in that line that you are not looking for a company that, oh, they want to import raw material, or they want to bring their machinery for their business, and they are going to FS at the black market almost 1,500 speak now. No profit they're going to here that will not eat into what their profit. I can tell you, even also Nigeria Purchasing Power also has kind of drop significantly for that. If you are consuming, let's for example, you have a 2 pack of milk in your house before for your family, 2 cartons. You might not be buying 1 carton because that also keep Nestle product in the shelf. That's what's going to affect their earning at the end of the day. You can see the result that came from Cabre. Despite the company is a mono company in terms of a product, their earnings is also in red. So the one that came from Flour Mill, from also Guinness in red. That of all these are there that this market, they are struggling right away. That's why people say people who drink whether they are happy or sad. Without drinking aside, we have to consider that Guinness is posting a red account. Tell you that something is wrong somewhere. But that means the market will not close. But what you do, look at where there's opportunity. Look at where there's what opportunity. I said again, opportunity, because you are in the market to make money, not to watch the stock moving up or watch the name of the company or how old the company has stayed in Nigeria. Because in stock market, you don't marry stock like woman. You don't do that. You don't to make money there and move out. That means if you enter a stock that deliver value for you, sell and move. Don't hold. People are holding there. Oh, it's First Bank. I've been there. It's 100 years old. No, is it giving you good value? First Bank can see that the price of amount is not dropping. Why is it dropping as others are dropping? Because one, their payout is very low. A bank that sells for almost 30 naira going to pay 50 kobo. Is it going to pay 1 naira? Is it going to hold? You must understand what is happening in the market now. Market correcting for me, I am happy the market is correcting. Why? Because design investors are waiting to buy what? Into value. Market are rally normal for the whole year 2023. Market return 45.95. In January alone in Nigeria, market had around 40%. That means more almost what the whole market did in 2023. January returned that. That means seeing this kind of a pullback was saying, I am not surprised. Anybody that's calling me and saying that, oh, market is going down, say that means the person does not understand simple investing knowledge. The market have rallied, take your profit, or when you pull back, you buy into what? Into value again. That is how to invest as you speak right away. You don't need to stay put in any stock. Once you have achieved your target, all you need to do is just to go. Like I said earlier, the result that came from Mansard was very impressive number. I said that number is fantastic. The one that came from Stanbic IBTC is a good number. The one that came from Fidelity Bank, very, very fantastic and very impressive. The one that came from Concord. Concord is the new name for related Hallmark Insurance. Now they are connected holding company. That result also was fantastic. The one that came from Cornerstone Insurance was also impressive. The one that came from Presco was also impressive. The one that came from Sterling Bank, Miss Oil and Transcorp. These are numbers that are very, very impressive for me. For investor, this is what you're looking at. And more are coming to the market. That means, like I said here, service sector. Don't forget that Transcorp is into utility. Whether you write your light or up or not, you're going to pay for electricity. These are companies that you should be putting your money. Go to where there is value. Whether you use it, don't use it, you're going to pay. I tell you, can see the service sector, like I just mentioned. I'm going to look at NACO results before I come to the chart to tell you what the chart is saying by any market. Let's quickly look at what NACO posted for the current financial year, last financial year that ended at 31st December. If you look at NACO results, I will tell you this is a very, 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 when I say very, very, it means that I understand what I'm saying. This number is looking good. The top line, which is the revenue, moved from 16.7.1 billion to 28.01 billion, representing 68% in the green for a service company. You can see the importance of this service company. I tell you that NACO is expanding. Not only that, you saw last week they launched a new business, vehicle again to go into world marketing of export product from Nigeria. That means if you go to any big supermarket in the world, like Walmart in US, anywhere you see Nigeria product in their supermarket, tell you that this is what NACO is going to in addition to their service they are rendering. And don't forget that last year the sector enjoyed price increase in luggage handling. That is also a plus for NACO. I see this result sending a signal for investors that are looking for value and dividend to know what to do with this stock, because I see potential in that stock in sustaining their performance into the new year 2024. Also, if you look at the profit after tax for the period, it moved from 2.7 billion to 6.2 billion. That's about 131% up. This is the bottom line. After they think of the tax, they think of the cost of sales, that we are still having a huge 6.2 billion against 2.7 billion in 2022. This is a good number, I would say. Then the EPS, which for me, what investors anywhere in the world is interested, what is the earning per share of this company? Because if you have earning per share, they will declare dividend or not. Now, what's accrued to you as investor in that company? Earning per share moved from 1 naira 36 kobo in 2022 to 3 naira 20 kobo in 2023. From 2022, no 1 naira no 36 to 23 naira 20 kobo in 2023. Times, they have doubled their earnings in terms of what performance. What are you expecting from this company? Are they going to pay you 1 naira 20 kobo they did in 2022? Because in 2022, they moved from 46 kobo, dividend to 1 naira 20 kobo. Now already they have 3 naira 20 kobo as a full year earning per share for 2023. Are they going to pause 2 naira 50 kobo or 2 naira? This will now depend on the shareholder, the board of director and the shareholder on the day of the AGM to approve. But let's look at that strong that I believe that there's potential what in the NACO. And NACO, you can see how efficient they are. Look at their profit margin for the period. Profit margin for the period ended December 31st, 2023, stood at 26.8%. That means in every 1 naira they are making from their gross from their earnings, they are keeping almost 3 naira as well as profit. But in 2022, their profit margin was just 15.9%. That means in every 1 naira they are keeping about just about 15 kobo. But I tell you, this is a good move for me for NACO. That means for investors that are really thinking of value and also thinking for long term and medium, I think this very should also be keen your position as you speak now, because there's potential in this company. And not only that, I tell you that if you look at the airline service, the post COVID-19 and pre-COVID-19, they have gone back in terms of performance to pre-COVID-19. That means before COVID-19 started, where all the airlines were shut down for how many months, now activities in that industry has improved to that pre-COVID-19 era. That they are back to business despite the cost of it was the jet fuel for those that are flying, but people are still paying to move from one point to that because of business. Despite also the Zoom meeting that people are doing online, people are still traveling. For me, I believe that the increase in luggage handling has also been a plus for NACO. That means this is a place for you to also to look. Like I mentioned earlier, we have a lot of people that came in and that came to the market yesterday, and as we speak now, during the weekend, we'll be doing justice to most of them, especially the impressive one, because I'm interested in what impressive one that also support price, because price are pulling back now. What are the stocks that will support the price to go back? Either you're going to pay good dividend at the end of the day or not. You must understand this. That's why our Saturday class, I'm going to bring all these companies out. I will look at them one after the other to know exactly what to do with their stock. Yes, we'll go back to see what is the market doing now. As we speak now, market is also in green. Like I said earlier, our market is so because of what price appreciation of MTN and that of what and that of Igeregu power. That is why we are seeing this green position in the market right away now. But that does not mean that the market is in green. But we're having a negative market breadth already. We're having about 34 stock in red and just about 17 in green. I mean, the market is also bearish in terms of what we call market breadth. But in terms of looking at the index alone, index is in green. That will that anytime, any day, index alone is not enough for you to make your judgment that to buy into stock. Look at sectorial indices, like look at the banking index, look at the insurance index, look at the oil and gas index, look at what consumer price index, look also industrial index to know what is happening in that sector to give you real insight what to do. But the number that I measured from so far from the different sector, we are seeing the performance of this company. But as we speak now, because market can go up and down, market are also turn red. Actually, life market is very, very good. You can see market are turned red, losing about 687.09 in the red. And market also red now 0.68. And market flat at 102,432.06. This is the flat position of the market as we speak. Like I said, the top gainers right away now are one. We're seeing a triple G gaining almost 10%, followed by Geregu. Geregu is still in green, gaining also 9.7 in green. We're seeing this what we call Veterans Assurance also in green. Universal Insurance is also in green and the corners too. You can see that the insurance are really putting the banks on a tight corner now. Banks results have been impressive, but you can see that the insurance overnight has come to kind of compete with the banks in terms of numbers. But that's why by Saturday we're looking at this insurance company. I told you earlier that insurance sector is where to be because price of insurance stock are still relatively low. If this general company can pay you a good dividend, I think that is where we should be looking at as we speak right away. But let's look at those that are leading the top losers chart right now. We're seeing that the Caverton is leading, followed by C&I leasing. You can see that Royal Exchange, Assurance also, and Transcorp is selling almost 12 naira 96 kobo. It started that touched 19 naira 70 kobo at the middle of January. It's now down to what 12 naira 96 kobo. And you can see that UPDC is also among the loser top 5, trading around 1 naira 80 kobo, down also by 10%. But in terms of volume activities, Transcorp is leading. That traded about 70.1 million shares traded so far. Then we are seeing also Universal Insurance have traded 27.9 million shares so far, and Access Corp have traded also 19.8 million shares, trading at 24 naira 70 kobo, and UBA also have traded 19.5 million shares, trading at 26 naira 50 kobo, and Zenith Bank has come below 40 naira, trading at 39 naira, and traded 14.8 million shares as we speak. This is the state of the market. But finally, we'll go to our chart to see what is happening in the market. It's very, very important that we do this before we call it a day. If you look at the chart now, market has also tried to rebound. You can see it here, but it's a live market. But you can see that it's a mixed market in the green earlier that turned red again. We'll see the way it's going. But as we speak now, market is still making has made higher highs yesterday. But now we're seeing a higher, lower high now. You can see it's trying to come down again. I believe that this trend will continue. We're going to see oscillation between now and end of the month of February that we're crossing into by tomorrow. I tell you, February has always been like that. A mixed month because after market have rallied in the month of January, we're about to see correction in the month of February and March. Depends on the strength of the earnings we're expecting. If earnings beat expectation, like we're seeing this on the account, after seeing your little account, tell us where it's coming with with corporate action that will change the market wave. All you need to do now is just buy into value, as I said earlier, and hold your position. But let's look at the chart, as I said. Look at the chart now, you can see the position. But let's look at our time frames. That means we have to call different indicators to use here. Let's go back and see how we can put our what we call a moving average exponential 8. We don't play with it. That's our T line. You must know how to use your T line. Is the market below the T line now? No. Market is still above the T line. You can see this blue line here. This blue line is the T line, and market is still trading above it. Once it cross the T line down, that will confirm a real bear market in terms of what trend. That means the trend is at on negative, or trend is weak. As we speak now, trend is still very strong because it's still above above the T line. Then we'll now bring other indicators. Let's call our money flow index. It's very, very important. Let's look at money flow index to see how the index is also doing. Money flow index yesterday touched almost 100 basic point, but as I speak now, after looking down, it's reading 93. You can see that your money flow index are also looking down. But let's call also the last one for today. Let's call the MACD. MACD also give us insight of what the momentum is like. Let's call MACD. We are using these 3 indicators to look at our chart to see exactly what is happening in the market. Yes, consider MACD is still also bullish because it's trading above the signal line. But consider this what we call histogram is already looking down to show sign of weakness, and the blue line here is also curving towards red. Once it cross the red down and this one come below this signal line, that also confirm a bearish market. You can see that both the index action and the money flow and the MACD are already looking the same direction. Those are the way we're looking up together when the market also was trending up. That's why I said before now I should treat the market with caution. But as I speak now, this pullback for me is a welcome development because it's going to create opportunity for to enter, especially as the dividend season comes closer, and also we expect to see corporate action. For me, there's no cause for alarm in the market, but for those that really know what they are doing in the market, you must align your portfolio or kind of to sectors where there's potential, and those service companies, like I said earlier, to wait for what value. I've seen results that came so far. Those service sectors still leading in terms of performance. As far as their performance is looking up, it's a good time for you to hold their performance because their performance is still very, very strong for the market. That means these stocks that are into service sector, keen, because numbers have reviewed that yet there's value in them as we speak. I believe that this is what investors should be doing right away because the market is still also a place to create wealth for yourself. On this note, because of our time, this is almost 12 20. But lastly, let's look at what is Transcorp doing right away in the chart. With the Transcorp rebound as we are looking at the stock right now, or are we waiting for additional information for us to know what to do with Transcorp? But let's look at what the stock is doing now. That will give us a good clue of what to do with our position with Transcorp. Yes, let's look at the stock. The pullback has it created value for you or for me? Let's see. You can see the chart of Transcorp. You can see where it got to almost at 1970 kobo. It is not trading below what the T line. You can see it going down here, and you can see that money flow is also looking flat, and also you can also see that if you look at your MACD, here it's looking at MACD is also bearish already on Transcorp. For what to do here, I would say the pullback is also creating opportunity for us. But you want to look at this what we call strong support level here. That means at around the 11 naira, you can see 11 naira, 1150. It's a good place to be targeting if the stock will touch there and rebound. And that's why you need to apply what we call your Fibonacci retracement now to see exactly where the stock will touch and rebound. Once you're able to get it right, I will tell you are keying in the right price. Both there is still potential in the stock. The number that came from Transcorp is outstanding, and that is why I said we must go back to look at the chart to see if the chart also give us a sign to start buying into the stock. For me, don't panic. Some people enter Transcorp at what? At 6 naira. They are selling now probably they are still in order. But what they are looking for, what is going to happen in the company going to the future, you should know that something is ahead of you as a trader or investor. Yes, because of our time, I'll say thank you for your time, for staying with me for this short period. See you on Friday and also on Saturday for more insight on how to invest wisely in Nigeria stock market. I remain Ambrose Omordion. See you on Friday. Bye.